Falcons Nation, Rise Up Nation? It's your boy Jazzy Jeff. Real talk, no gimmicks. And I just got through watching the Falcons game versus the Miami Dolphins. And I would like to break down the game in a segment I like to call the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's start off with the good first, because I had a lot of good things I'd like to say about this game. My first standout of this game is the defense, and what I like to call the unusual suspects, meaning dudes that I did not know were going to stand out, and they popped up off my screen when I watched them. So let's get into it. Number one, can y'all guess who number one is? It's got to be this dude, Austin Larkin, out of Purdue. This dude's 24 years old. He had 6 total tackles, and they were all solo tackles. He had 2 QB hits, and he had a sack. He was wreaking havoc all over the line. He was penetrating. He was deep in the backfield. He had good get-off. He had multiple moves, and dudes try to block him. I don't know where this dude was last game, but he showed up real big in this game. So shout-outs to Austin Larkin. I hope to see more of that dude. My number 2 is the man Jermaine Grace. Amazing Grace, as I like to call him now. He had that real impressive interception. He almost looked like Deion Jones Jr., Deion Jones light, bootleg Deion Jones. He almost got picked 6, man. He was close. So, and that was in zone coverage, so that's impressive. He also had 3 tackles, and he also had a pass deflection. So shout out to Jermaine Grace. That's another dude that showed out, man. And then another unusual suspect is the safety Ryan Neal, who had 6 total tackles total, and he was just making plays out there. I also wanted to shout out to the starters, the interior defense, Tack McKinley and Drac Crawford, just pressure all night long. Ryan Fitzpatrick didn't do so well, and I felt like even when the starters came off, it was constant push up through the middle. That's where we generate all our pressure. Now, obviously, they caught some passes on the back end, and our receivers we let them catch the ball over our corners. That's something we got to work on. But as far as the pressure goes, I love to see that we gain a lot more pressure now, because last year that's one of the things that we struggled on the most. So shout outs to the interior defense, man, today. My number 2 in the good is the strong running game is continuing, and this battle is so much fun to watch. And you know who I'm going to give the game ball to. Say it with me, Falcons Nation. Quadre! That's right, your boy Quadre. Oh, he's just a plotter, Jeff. Oh, he's just a third down back, Jeff. Nah, my man carried for 8 carries, 41 yards, and a touchdown. One of his runs was 15 yards for the touchdown. Another one he broke off for 11 yards. This man, I'm telling you, give this man more chances to touch the ball with starters and better blocking and see what he can do with it. Yeah, y'all ain't gonna make me shut up about Quadra. I'm gonna keep talking until this dude shows what he can do. Number 2, Brian Hill, 8 carries, 23 yards, caught a couple passes. He also had a touchdown. It shows that he's a better inside runner than Ito Smith. That's what I noticed. He's less hesitant. He hits the holes with decisiveness, and this is something I've noticed continuing into game 2. Ito Smith, he had 4 carries, 7 yards. He was more used as a receiving back. He also had a touchdown. So all 3 of our running backs had touchdowns against the Dolphins. That's something good to see, because, we're obviously known for throwing it all over the field, but we struggle in the run game. So to have 3 different running backs score touchdowns, that's big to me. That shows that we are becoming a more balanced offense. So when the starters come, hopefully that translates to Devontae Freeman when he comes back. My number 3 good is the rookie wide receivers continuing to make impressive catches. Russell Gage, man, he is the circus act, man, of this squad, man. He just keeps making freakish athletic catches for our team. He caught a pass. On one time, he broke 2 tackles. He was elusive. He was quick. And I just need to see this guy a lot more, man. Russell Gage is definitely working up the roster. The other dude was Olamide Zacchaeus. He had that toe tap sideline catch, that spectacular catch, and the Dolphins challenged him. They lost the challenge anyway because his toes were down. And this kid is impressive, man. He's making really tough catches, so I like to see that. My final good is Tavecchio, the kicker. He made all his field goals. He made a 38-yard field goal, and he made all his extra points. So shout out to the kicker. We need you. I knew that last game that you missed a kick, that was just one game. It's not a big deal because last year when we started him for Matt Bryant, he made all his kicks and didn't miss one. So I trust the dude. All right, now let's get into the bad. My number one I saw was that run defense is still a work in progress. All three Dolphins running backs scored touchdowns on us. Mark Walton, Balaj, and another dude scored a touchdown on us. That's something we need to shore up. Our defense tightened up a little. At the starting, it looked a little shaky, but we tightened it up. So that's something I think. Goal line defense is something we still need to work on. They are easily breaking the end zone, and I think that's something we definitely need to shore up if we're gonna go into the regular season, because that's one of our main weaknesses: goal line running defense. My number two is that the rookie corners struggled tonight, which was sad to see. My man Sheffield, man, I don't know what happened to the cook tonight. Maybe he had a day off or something, because he had a PI call on him. He was struggling with a lot of taller receivers. He was holding a lot, and my other boy Jordan Miller, he was getting picked on by that dude Preston Williams. First of all, I don't know if it's. I'm not gonna say that it's Jordan. This is why I only put in the bad categories. I don't know if it's Jordan Miller was being bad or if this Preston Williams dude is just a fucking monster. I mean, this dude was playing like a 10-year veteran, like on the Dolphins. So they found something in that Preston Williams dude, and he was picking on Jordan all night long. So I didn't think Jordan knew what he was in for tonight, and I didn't hear about this guy coming into this game tonight. So that was impressive to see, man. Sometimes you just gotta give credit where credit is due, and that Preston Williams dude is a beast. Another part of my bad, I was kind of iffy on this one, was Kaminsky. He kind of had a quiet night. I understand he had a tackle for a loss and he had a QB hit, but there was one play where he got in the backfield and Balaj ran right around him and just turned on the boosters and ran right around him to the edge, and Kaminsky fell down on the ground. So he was so, but he wasn't as impactful as he was in the first game. So hopefully he can bounce back. I see big things coming from Kaminsky, man. He's looking like a solid player. He just got to work on some things. And now let's get to the ugly. That's right, the ugly. And I'm gonna bring up number one, the penalties. The penalties were atrocious tonight, man. The Falcons had 12 penalties for 97 yards. In contrast to the Dolphins, they had 8 penalties for only 47 yards. We got called for pass interference, defensive holding, roughing the passer. When we had first and goal, we got called for offensive holding. We also got called for false start on first and goal that pushed us back and killed our drives. And the way we just lost the game tonight, blowing another lead, I understand it's preseason and that doesn't matter. I'm not saying like I'm worried, but what I'm saying is into the regular season, you know that we have a history of blowing leads. That's something we have to fix going into the regular season. And I'm sorry, y'all. Falcons Nation, I'm sorry. Y'all gonna get mad at me for this, but I gotta do it because I'm objective. Matt Schaub is in my ugly list again tonight. This dude was throwing in the dirt. He was running into pressure that he did not need to run into. There was one play where he literally, like, if he just ran left out of the pocket, he had all the time in the world, and instead he ran right into the damn defensive lineman and took sacks. Even when he had all the time in the world and he had great blocking tonight. There was time where he still threw the ball away with like literally 5 seconds. And don't tell me that the Dolphins coverage was that good, because I saw guys open. I was yelling at my damn TV, Schaub, throw the ball, and he wasn't throwing it. He just threw it out of bounds or took sacks. So I understand we ain't getting Kurt Benker back, and I understand Matt Sims is Matt Sims, but damn, man. he's past his days, man, of playing good. So I don't know what else to say about Matt Schaub, but he's in my ugly list tonight. That's all I got for today. Falcons Nation, tell me what stood out to you in the comment section below. Who impressed you? Who let you down? Who do you think shined the most? Who do you think needs more opportunities in the run game? Who do you think is showing off the most? These past 2 games, Ito has been looking subpar. And I'm sorry, but Brian Hill has been looking the most consistent. But my man Quadre, he's starting to come along strong, man. So I'm excited. Maybe preseason 3, they get more carries. Who knows? Anyways, that's all I got for the night. It's just preseason, so relax, Falcons Nation. I don't care we're 0-2. That don't matter. All I care about is the regular season when we whip the Vikings' ass in week 1. All right, y'all. You know what we do. Falcons Nation, we rise up. Peace.